Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys my review of the UCLA and the SDSU game. Taking a look at UCLA stats, okay, Dougal Leach had, I believe, 5 points, 1 offensive rebound, 5 defensive rebounds for 6 total rebounds, no assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 3 turnovers, 2 of 4 from the floor, 50% from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3, 33%. Okay, and so overall thoughts, I mean, only 5 points, you'd like to see more, but at the same time, I mean, she only took 4 shots, so she was efficient, but I mean, that's kind of my take there. We look at Lauren Betts. Okay, so she had 21 points, 1 offensive rebound, 3 defensive rebounds for 4 total rebounds, 1 assist, 0 steals, 0 blocks. She had 2 turnovers, 9 of 12 from the floor, 75% from the field, no threes, okay, as we know. My overall take on Lauren Betts' performance is that I'm just not seeing anything different than what I have seen from her playing last year, okay? And look, I understand it's the first game and like we'll see how everything progresses. I'm 100% open to that. But one of the thing that kept frustrating me is she kept asking for the ball in like the mid-range area of the court, and every single time she asked for it, she passed it away. It's like she's second guessing herself, and it's like you got to take those mid-range jump shots, you got to take those opportunities, okay? And then in this game they were double teaming her a lot and stuff like that as well. She had to pass it out as well, and so there's also some times where you're seeing a lot of the shots that she got were just open layups, which hopefully you cash in on those, okay? So, she got her points, and offensively, she did what she's supposed to do with the points. I think what frustrated me is just not seeing enough versatility. And like I said, that goes back to the threes, but that's not the entire thing. Like I said, not seeing a fadeaway jumper, seeing her bring it up in the court and transition a little bit. And just, she moves like there's bricks in her feet in transition. It's multiple things, and just not having the versatility, not taking the mid-range jumpers. Like I said, the three is a problem, and I would like to see those taken, but it's other things, and having confidence in those other things, instead of just taking wide open layups all the time. In the league, it's just not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. These are things we have to develop now, and this is why I talk about, Corey Close, okay? So people just be dense because they don't get what the videos I've done are about. So I think that was something there. Like I said, she got her points, but I had a problem with that. And then if we look at the rebounding, she only had 4 rebounds in this game. I'm sorry, she's 6'8", and we're only getting 4 rebounds, and she only had 1 offensive rebound in the entire game. Multiple times you see her not boxing out and just not being in the position she needs to be to get the rebound. I'm sorry, she should be averaging a double-double. She should be averaging a double-double. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I needed more rebounds today. Only 1 assist in the game as well. No steals and no blocks for Lauren Betts is unheard of, okay? So I was really surprised at that as well. Like, just watching the game, she just didn't give 100%, which is odd. I can't say I've ever watched her play in a game and felt like she didn't give her all, and it'd be one thing if this was like an exhibition game, who cares, it doesn't really count, but this is a regular season game, and you might say, oh, they won by a lot of points, that's not the point, okay? Especially, like, you gotta give everything when you're out there. I don't care if you're up by 30 or like whatever it is, that's how you play. There's been multiple times I've seen teams play and they'd be up by however much and they're playing like it's the first possession, okay? Just multiple times where I'm seeing people taking threes. She's nowhere near to contest, and even she's halfway jogging to get there. Multiple times she got beat on defense in this game. Okay, if you actually watch this game, you saw multiple times her getting beat when she was trying to contest the shots and like all the other stuff. Just lazy effort, not getting enough rebounds as well. Being slow in transition. Sometimes she would basically just like slow down on transition as well. It's just multiple things. She just didn't give 100%, and that bothers me, okay? GM's watching this game, okay? And like I said, this is why we cannot always look at box score this, box score that. Actually watch the games, and you cannot tell me she gave 100% effort in the game, okay? And that, with the lack of versatility, the getting beaten on defense, the rebounds, all of it culminates into this moment, okay? So it continues on to my problem with Corey Close, as I've always said, and so I was surprised, in that respect. That's my take on Lauren Betts' performance, and that's just me being honest. And if you want to hate on me, go watch the tape, and it's going to show you exactly what I just said, okay? So, and then you see, I think Charlize Leisure Walker, 12 points, 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound for 2 total rebounds. I believe she had 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 0 turnovers, 5 of 9 from the floor, 55.6% from the field. I believe she was 2 of 5 from the 3 as well, 40% from the 3 in total. Overall, when she went out there, she was hustling every single time. Some offensive possessions that I'm sure she would like back, sure. But when she went out there, she was hustling, to get her points for the rebound. She was putting some good stuff out there, okay? She was efficient as well. So I thought, she did good with the time that she had, okay? Gianna Neekins, 9 points, 0 rebounds, I believe it says. Offensive rebounds, excuse me, 7 defensive rebounds, okay, 7 total rebounds. She had 3 assists, 1 steal, and then I think that says 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 4-12 from the floor, which is not good. 33%, 1 of 7 from the 3, and 14.3% from the 3. Heard a lot of good things, didn't play well, new to the program, you know, you can say those things. And so, yeah. And then we also go to Gabriela Jaquez. Okay, so she had 15 points, 4 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds for 11 total rebounds. Okay, how she got more rebounds than Lauren Betts and Shiegard? Let's have that conversation. So then she also had 5 assists. She had 1 steal. She had 0 blocks, 1 turnover, 6 out of 10 from the floor, 60%, and 1 of 3 from 3, which is 33%. Okay, yeah, she had some good stuff. So, you know, gotta give it there. She was efficient. Okay. So that's kind of some thoughts on the starters. I think the defense for this whole team leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, let's put it that way. I can really say that about everybody. We look at the bench. Amanda Muse, 2 points, 3 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 7 total rebounds, 2 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 0 turnover, 1 of 3 from the floor, 33% from the field, no threes. And then we look at Biblik, is that how I pronounce her name? Lena, 3 points, 2 defensive rebounds for 2 total rebounds, no assists, no steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 1 of 6 from the floor, 16.7%. Not great. And that was a 3. Christina, I don't know how to pronounce her name. You can see the stats, same thing with Grant. And then Kiki Rice. She had 10 points, 1 offensive rebound, 3 defensive rebounds for 4 total rebounds. She had 5 assists. She had 1 block, 2 turnovers, 4 of 10 from the floor. Okay, so first of all, she's coming back from her injury, so I'm going to give her some grace today. One thing that I will say, stop driving to the basket when you see defenders in front of you. Stop doing that, okay? You know, I'm going to give some grace today, but it's just some of the same stuff that bothers me. Okay, so that's my take on Kiki Rice and the defense. Ciao, please. And then we look at the stats from the other team. Okay, so we got 8 points for Bailey Bernard, 1 offensive rebound, 6 defensive rebounds, 7 total rebounds, 1 steal, 3 of 6 from the floor. Canada Lee, 3 points, I think 2 total rebounds, 1 steal, 1 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from the 3. Naomi, 4 points, I think 1 defensive rebound. And you can just see everyone else, child. It'd be so hard to read these. I can't even lie. But that's everyone else from another team. Also, here's the overall stats for the game. So I'm going to have to get closer so I can read this. So I believe from the field, 32 of 66 for UCLA, 48.5% field goal percentage, 7 to 27 from the 3 is terrible. I believe 25% from the 3. And then from the free throw line, 6-7. From the free throw line, 85.7 rebounds, 49 rebounds, 15 offensive rebounds, and 34 defensive rebounds. Okay. You see the assists, 21, I believe 5 steals, 9 blocks, 13 turnovers, points off turnovers, 11. Fast break points, 10 points. Points in the paint, I believe that's 48. And fouls, I believe there was 10. Technical fouls, 0. And then the largest lead was 29. So that's UCLA. We look at the other team. I believe 21 of 62, 33.9%, 10 of 25, my birthday from the 3, which is 40%, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, only 3 free throws is diabolical. Free throw percentage is 33%, rebounds 25, so they had 8 offensive, 17 defensive. And then we're looking at the assist as well, so I believe that is 13 assists. I probably forgot to read UCLA's assists, which is my bad. They had 21. And then you look at the steals, 6 blocks, 3 total turnovers, 10. And then you look at points off turnovers. I believe that says 16. Fast break points, only 3. And then I think that we have points in the paint, 20. Is that fouls or... Yeah, I think that's like 9 fouls, technical fouls, none, and then, so yeah, no lead in the game. So that's the overall stats. Overall thoughts on this game, at least for the UCLA side. I just saw a lot of things that I didn't like. Again, it's the first game. Things will get better, blah, blah, blah. The same things that you guys will say in my comments. But this is the first time we've seen UCLA play this year, okay? I believe they had scrimmages and stuff that were like not open to the public or practice players or whatever. We didn't see none of that, okay? This is my first time seeing the UCLA this year, so I have to go by what I've seen. And, you know, some of the problems that I saw, Corey Close's coaching yet again, it just doesn't move me. It just doesn't move me the way that she coaches the game. You just look at the plays that they run on the floor. floor, like the offensive set, so to speak, and just so many times where they're confused, so many times they don't know where to be, especially on defense. Like I said, multiple times people are just wide open for threes, not getting there fast enough to contest the threes, and just a lot of defensive lapses and bad communication on defense, which I wasn't fond of. Offensively, just so many threes that they weren't able to cash in off from three. As you saw the stats, it was terrible from the three-point line as well. So yeah, I got to get more in the mid-range game. Got to do better at finishing at the rim, because there was multiple times where there was blown layups, and that irritates me. And just some of the times where they don't have the attention to detail. Okay, when I'm seeing Kiki Rice go down in transition and not even look at the other side of the court, who was wide open? One of the guards was wide open, I believe. Doesn't even look her way. Just looks completely at the right side of the court. And so there's just that, and just like a lot of like little things that they're not necessarily getting right. And obviously chemistry has to grow, because they got new people on his team that weren't here. People graduate, transfer, and so on. I understand those things. But you just look at what they're doing on the court, and it just looks confusing. It just doesn't look like they have a real identity for this offense, and I blame that yet again on Corey Close. Like I said, I just don't think she can coach. Combined with at points where it was just like F it, we ball mentality, just chucking it up and not doing good enough in terms of boxing out and getting the rebounds at points, defense, and just there was just multiple possessions. I just looked at this team and I'm like, it looks bad, it looks sloppy. Like, what are you doing? And you may look at the score, 77 to 53. Mind you, the school that they're playing not even ranked, mind you. Okay, so like, yeah, and they didn't even put this game away until the third or fourth quarter, maybe. Okay, this should have been a bigger blowout. Everyone else who played today winning by like 30, 40, 50 points. Okay. And then Corey Close's rotations that she was doing, I wasn't moved by that as well. It's just multiple problems with this team, I don't know. It's just a lot of lapses. It's times of people being lazy. And I just don't think Corey Close is a good coach, just in terms of what she's getting them doing on the floor. And just like the culture and all those other things. Like, I don't know what she's doing out there. I don't know what they were doing out there. I just saw a lot of things that I personally did not like. And I'm forgetting stuff because this game been over, child. But if you watch the game, then you know how sloppy that I got and everything. So you see how they improve. You see those things 100%. I'll watch some more of the games this year. I'm not going to watch every single one. I'll tell you guys that right now. But, I wanted to do this in order to further evaluate Lauren Betts for this draft, see the upcoming things that she's been working on, so to speak, and also just to talk about women's college basketball at large. So I think that those are just some of my overarching thoughts for UCLA. Again, we will see what happens. It's the first game, I understand. I have to go off what I see, though. Let me know what you guys liked in this game down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys didn't like. What do you think about my opinions? And we can continue those conversations ultimately. But that's my take.